Happy Friday flow, everyone. My name is Ellen. I'm going to lead you through a gentle flow this morning. If you have yoga blocks, you can grab them and just leave them off to the side for now. And we're going to start down on our back. So let's get going. So just nice and easy. Coming down onto your back here. Placing your feet about hip distance and just underneath those knees. So knees bent, feet on the floor. Arms down by your side. Let's go ahead and split those palms up so they're facing the ceiling. And go ahead and close your eyes for a couple moments here. And we're just going to allow our bodies to decompress here for a moment. Just to do a quick check-in and see how we're feeling this beautiful fall Friday morning. Just take a couple of deep breaths here, taking note of where you might be feeling tightness this morning in your body. Maybe it's in those hips, maybe your shoulders or your back. And just take a couple of breaths to let that go. Take one more breath with those eyes closed. And then slowly begin to open your eyes. Inhale, reach those arms all the way overhead. On your next exhale, straighten your legs out in front of you. Take a big deep breath in. Squeeze every muscle in your body. And then exhale, let it all out. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, release and let it go. 1 more time. Inhale, squeeze every muscle, tighten it up. And then exhale, just release and let it go. Gently start to bend your knees, placing those feet back on the floor. Bring your arms back down to your side. We're going to windshield wiper our legs here to get a little movement in our spine. So drop the legs from right to left. Take your arms out to the side. And just drop the legs from side to side here. Starting to create some gentle movement in the body. Allowing those hips to move, waking up through the spine here gently with this movement. And 1 more on each side. And then bring those knees back up to center. With those arms still out and extended, let's lift up into a bridge. So just gently lift the hips up. On the exhale, inhale, lower back down, and exhale, lift back up. This time, reach your arms up so palms are facing one another. Keep them extended. Inhale, lower the hips, and exhale, lift up. This just challenges your core a little bit more because we're not holding onto the floor. So inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Let's do 2 more bridges here. Just peeling our spine off the mat. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, let's do this 1 more time. Lift. And this time as we lower the hips, we're gonna lower our arms overhead. Let's take another breath here. Inhale. Exhale, move those arms back up and lift the hips back up. So now we're adding an arm movement to this. Inhale, lower down, so all on the shoulders, and exhale, arms lift and hips lift. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, take those arms overhead, and exhale, back on top of the chest as the hips lift. Inhale, lower, straight arms, exhale, lift, and 1 more, or as straight as you can get them. Overhead, last one, and exhale, lift. Perfect. And lower down. Let's give a hug of our knees into our chest. Rock side to side. Give yourself a little back massage here. All right, let's roll over to our right side. In sort of a fetal position, we're going to do our open book stretch to continue working through our shoulders. And then also our spine. So knees to your chest, arms are out. You can place your head on the floor or on a block. I found that the block helps. So nice deep breath. We're going to reach that left arm up, inhale, and take it, open it up as far as we can. Looking over that shoulder, exhale. So keep the knees close into your chest. Let's do 2 more. So inhale, we close the arm back up, and exhale, let's open. So your head is moving with the arm and following it. 2 more, but it's just your arm and your head really that are moving. And this is our last one. Exhale, looking over that left shoulder. Big twist here, trying to get that hand to touch the floor. 2 breaths. 1 more. And the next inhale, slowly bring that arm back up and close it up on your exhale. Okay, we'll do that same thing on the other side. So you can just gently roll over. I'm gonna go this way so you can see me. So same fetal position on that left side. Our knees are close into our chest. Our head is on the floor or on a block. Arms are extended. Take a breath here, inhale. And as you exhale, open up. And now we twist to the other direction, looking over that right shoulder. Close it back up, inhale. You follow your hand and your arm with that head. Exhale, open. And 1 more time. Inhale, close it up. And last exhale, we're gonna hold this for a couple breaths. So gazing over that right shoulder, letting go of that tension, trying to get the hand to touch the floor behind you. Keeping the knees close into your chest. 1 more breath. And then slowly coming back to center. Inhale and close it up, exhale. All right, let's gently press ourselves up and come to a seated position. Whatever is comfortable for you. Sitting up nice and tall here, getting into a couple shoulder rolls. Maybe you sit on your block. Whatever feels good. We're already feeling a little bit warmer from just doing some of those movements on the floor. Inhale, big reach up. And exhale, let's continue with our twist. So let's look over that right shoulder. You're gonna press into that right knee just a little bit as you look over that shoulder. And then inhale, we come back up, and exhale to the left, same thing. Gently pushing against that left knee to create a little extra space in this twist. And then inhale once more each side. Exhale, sit up a little taller here. Back to center, deep breath in, and deep breath out, twist. Perfect, back to center, and then exhale, let it go. Let's take a walk forward with our hands, gentle forward fold. Once you feel the stretch, stop right there, drop the head. Take a few breaths. Maybe walk an inch further, 1 more breath. Next inhale, bring those hands back up. And then exhale, this time take your hands behind you. So pull your shoulder blades together. Hold this here. Maybe tilt the chin up and head back. Big stretch through the chest. 1 more breath. And then slowly back to center. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna come into a little S-sit position with our legs. So you're gonna first start with that right leg in front and your left leg behind you. So it's sort of like you're making the letter S, almost like a figure 4. So we're gonna work through the side body, but also get into our hips a little bit. So we're gonna rotate to the right and come back into that forward fold. So just walk those hands in front of you and gently fold. You wanna lower your chest to your thigh, to your knee. Maybe you come all the way down or stop halfway, but hold until you feel the stretch. Or walk out until you feel the stretch, and we're gonna hold this here. 1 more breath. And then inhale, slowly walk it up. Exhale, come back to face the front. So we're gonna take that left arm and reach up and over. So you're gonna lower onto that right elbow. So big reach. Let's come back up, inhale. And then exhale, we'll do it again. Lower to that elbow, big reach, keeping those hips down. Let's do 2 more. So working through that side body, but still keeping that chest lifted. 1 more time. Inhale, and exhale all the way down, big reach. Turn your gaze up at your elbow. We're gonna hold this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna rotate down, turn our gaze, and allow that arm to slowly fall down in front of us. So we're getting a little bit deeper stretch to that right side. So hold this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands around to the center, take it back, and come on back up. Perfect. Okay, so this time, if you want, we're gonna add a little bit of a hip lift as we come up. So it's just an opportunity to warm the hips a little bit more. So I'll show you here. You'll take that right hand down, that left arm is gonna come back up. Instead of going to your elbow, you're just gonna just place your hand nice and flat. You're gonna squeeze your glutes, you're gonna lift your hips up, and then slowly come back down. So here's how it looks from the side, and then we'll try a couple of them. So I lift my hips and slowly come back down. And just a little lift, doesn't have to be all the way up. Let's try 4 of them. So left arm comes on up, inhale, place that right hand into the floor, squeeze the glutes, and lift. And then you take a seat back down. Let's try it again. Squeeze the glutes and lift. And that arm doesn't have to come all the way over. It can come right about here instead of diagonal. And we're gonna do 1 more. So you're pushing some weight into that right hand, squeeze and lift, and lower. Okay, good. Take those legs in front, shake it out, and let's do the same thing on the other side. So now your left leg is in front, right leg is behind you, sort of like that S sit. You're sort of creating an S. So we first do our stretch, and you might find that one side's a little tighter than the other. Like right away, I'm already leaning to the side. Rather than straight up, this is my tighter side. Let's go over that left leg, walk out first, lower that chest, and take a couple breaths here. Maybe lower all the way into those elbows. 1 more breath. Inhale, walk those hands up, and then exhale, come back to center. All right, so this time we place that left elbow down, right arm reaches up, inhale, we lower. So now we're just working from side to side, exhale. Couple more, inhale, and exhale. Here's where we do that big reach of the arm, sort of making that diagonal shape. 2 more. Keep your hips on the floor, so just your core moving here. Here's our last one. You're gonna hold this here. So big reach, lifting up through the chest. Turn your gaze at your elbow. So keep lifting up through the chest. Hold this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rotate the arm down. Take your gaze down. A little bit more of a stretch to that left side. And hold this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk around to the center. And then slowly come back up. Okay, so here's where we do the lift on the other side. So squeeze and lifting up. So this time your left hand is on the floor. You will have some weight there, so just be mindful of that. Take a deep breath. When you're ready, push into that hand, squeeze the glutes, and lift up. Come on down, inhale. We're gonna do 3 more. Exhale. Now maybe it's just a little lift. Come on down. 2 more, whatever you can. Squeeze and lift. Good, last one, inhale. And exhale, lift. All right, perfect. Take those legs out in front of you. Shake it out. All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit of a fuller version of that. So let's come on up to our knees. I recommend you add another mat or folding that mat under to have a little more support for your knees. If you have blocks, go ahead and grab them. We're gonna really work through our core and hips here. So we're gonna do our iron cross. And that's why I want to kind of warm up those hips a little bit. So we're gonna do this movement. So let's start with arms out to our side, shoulders down. While we're here, we wanna make sure our hips don't push back. So really think about tucking your hips under and squeezing through that core, squeezing your glutes just a little bit. So arms first, inhale, tilt to the right, keeping them strong, and exhale, come back up. So we're not moving our hips. The movement is gonna be right here in our core. To the left, and then slowly come back up. So working our obliques. Let's do it again. Almost like you're pinching your rib cage to the top of your hips. Exhale up. Good. Arms are strong. Inhale to the left, like you're flying, and then exhale. So let's do one more on each side. Keep those arms super strong and straight. Inhale to the right. And exhale. The arms should be filling this right about now. To the left. Squeezing those glutes and back up to center. Perfect. Lower the arms for just a moment. Now we're going to tilt to the right and we're going to extend our leg up. So your hand can go to the floor. I like to use a block. That makes it just a little less challenging. So let's tilt to the right. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hand either on the ground or the block and then extend that left leg out. So keep your foot on the floor and keep this arm extended. We're going to hold this here for a couple breaths first. Hold it. I'm just going to show you from the side view. We want to make sure that our hips aren't going like that. Right? So we want to squeeze and keep them forward. Hold it for 4. 3. We're going to add on here. Now you're going to lift that leg up and down. Up and down. Now that hand can come to your hip. 3. We're going to do 8 of these. 4. So it can be a little lift like me. 5. Or maybe your leg goes high. 6. Lift 7, lift 8, perfect. Now we're just gonna hold it here and just pulse with that leg. So little pulses and little lifts for 8, 7, 6, 5, racing through your core, 3, 2, and 1. Good, okay, we're gonna bend that knee, come on back to the center, inhale, and then exhale, let's do the same thing on the other side. Take that left hand down and extend through your right leg. Plant the foot. Reach the arm up and hold this here for a few breaths. Just to get your balance. Find the place where that block makes the most sense if you're using it. If you aren't, it's just your hand flat on the ground. Hold for 4. 3, it's like a modified side plank, right? So keeping those hips lifted. Now let's add the lift here. It's 8, 7, 6, point your toes, 5. Lift for 4, can be a small little lift, 3. Lift 2, 1 more. Now we pulse for 8, 7, 6, maybe that hand to the hip, 4, 3, don't let the hips go back, and 1. All right, we're almost done. Now we're gonna go from right to left. So if you have 2 blocks, grab them. So we're gonna take it down, inhale, and exhale. So now we're tilting from right to left. And the goal is to extend that leg without touching the floor. So we're gonna do a couple more on each side. Right and left. So really squeezing through those hips and glutes. Let's try and touch the floor now. Extend. Keeping those hips forward, focusing on one thing in front of you. Inhale and exhale. Perfect, so we're flowing into it. One more on each side. I know a lot of core and hips here. Let's do one last one, then we'll get a good stretch. Inhale, here's our last one. Exhale, extend. And come back to that kneeling position. And then slowly come back down. Woo! Awesome, awesome job. Perfect. So let's go ahead and come into a lunge. Just stretch this out. You can use those same blocks. We'll do right leg forward, just a kneeling lunge. And just doing a little twist here. Dropping through those hips. Should be feeling nice and warm. We're ready to go through a mini flow that we have today. And then we'll get a nice stretch for everything at the end, including those hips. Let's switch to the left leg. These blocks are a lifesaver. If you don't have blocks, if you have like those half foam rollers that are a similar height, that would work too. And just 2 more breaths here in this lunge, and then we're gonna get moving a little bit more. All right, go ahead and take it back. Blocks to the side. Let's come into a downward facing dog. So go ahead and lift those hips way up. Drop the head down, pressing through your heels. Let's pedal it out first. One at a time. And then drop down both heels at the same time. Inhale, lift those heels high. Exhale, drop them down low. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, drop. 1 more, inhale up. Exhale, drop and hold this here. Press your chest to your thighs. Lift those hips up a little higher. And next, inhale, let's take it into a high plank. Gazing right in front of those fingertips, super strong. Exhale, knees and chest. We'll warm the upper body a little bit. So elbows back, chest lowers, feet nice and flat. Inhale, baby cobra. Stretching through the spine, and then exhale. Retuck the toes, and take it back up. Hold that down dog. So let's do that 1 more time through at your own pace. Inhale, come forward to that nice high plank. Gaze in front of those fingers. Exhale, lower knees and chest. Lowering is 1 unit. Pulling those abs in. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, retuck the toes. Down and back. Next breath, bend the knees. Exhale, rock, hop, or jump. Find your forward fold at the top of the mat. Relax the head here. And then slowly roll up to standing. Your head comes up last. Inhale, and then exhale at the top. Roll the shoulders. Great job. All right, here we go. Nice inhale, big reach up. Bring your palms together. Exhale, take it down through the center of the body. Let it all go. Inhale, lift halfway. Let's find a flat back. Push your heels into the floor and lifting up through the crown of your head. And then exhale, let's go ahead and take it down. Right leg back. Drop that right knee. We're gonna find this low lunge. Flatten your foot. Inhale up. Exhale, hold. So lifting the chest, big reach of those arms. Hips are warm. Hold this here. And then inhale, bring your hands to prayer, take it to center, and exhale, we're gonna twist over that right shoulder, reaching for our heel, taking the opposite arm up and back. Take your gaze up at that hand, hold this for 1 more breath. And then coming back to center, inhale, hands back to prayer, exhale, let's twist over the other side. So now over to that left side, extend that back arm straight out, front arm also straight. Big reach and twist. Hold this for 3, 2, and 1. Bring those hands back to prayer in the center. Inhale. Take them all the way up. And then exhale, hands come down. Let's tuck that back toe and take a big step in. We're going to straighten our legs, reach our arms up. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to lower our arms and find triangle pose. So reach towards your front foot. Big stretch. Exhale. Take that back arm up and stack that hand right on top of your shoulder. Triangle pose, we'll hold for a couple breaths. If you're near that wall, go ahead and find it and lean into it. Hold this here, big twist. Taking your gaze up at that hand, big twist with that shoulder. 1 more breath. Pushing into your back foot, inhale, and exhale. Take a little step to the top. Inhale, and then exhale, take a big step back into high lunge. Reach those arms up. 1 more breath in high lunge. And then we're gonna open the hip, drop the heel, and find warrior 2. Arms down nice and strong here, like that iron cross. So holding here for a couple of breaths. Bending that front leg, back leg is straight, and we're tucking those hips under, bracing through the core. Arms nice and strong. Flip that palm, inhale, exhale, take it back, peaceful warrior. Take your gaze up at that hand. Big, big stretch, 1 more breath. Inhale, come on back. Exhale. Let's take it back to our high lunge. So take everything to the front of the mat. Arms reach up. Hands come to prayer, exhale. Let's go right into our balance. So lean down, push off that back foot and find warrior 3. Lift that leg up. So front leg, always just slightly bent. And you want to straighten your back leg here. Squeeze through the glute, maybe arms by your side. Hold this here for a couple more breaths. Maybe find that spot on the wall to help. 2 more breaths, lift up a little higher. Last one, straighten that leg, and then come back to your lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. and step back to down dog. Perfect. Inhale forward to your plank. Exhale, knees and chest, or all the way down without lowering those knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Hold this for a couple reps, and we'll do that same thing on the other side. So take 2 more, maybe find child's pose. You're always welcome to take that. And last one here. Bend the knees. Exhale, log hopper jump. Come into forward fold at the top of your mat. Bend the knees here. Let it go. Slowly roll it up, head comes up last. Stacking 1 vertebrae at a time. Shoulder rolls, just like before. And then big inhale, reach those arms up. Palms come together, take your gaze up. And then exhale, take it down through the center of the body. Let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. Push your heels into the floor and lift the crown of the head. Shoulder blades being pulled together. Good. Exhale, take it down. So now that left leg steps back. We drop that left knee. We flatten that foot. We find our balance as we come into low lunge. So remember, we've got the twists here. So 1 more breath, really bracing through that core. Hands come to prayer, inhale, exhale. Let's twist over that left shoulder first. We're reaching for our heel, and then our front arm does a big reach up. Hold this for 1 more breath. And then coming back to center, inhale, hands come back to prayer so you can reset. And now exhale over that other side. Twist the other direction over that right leg. Extending your arms straight out. Big twist, hold for 3, 2, 1. Back to center, inhale. Extend those arms, exhale. Perfect. Let's tuck that back toe. You're gonna take a big step in. You're gonna drop that heel down. We're gonna reach up and get ready for triangle pose. So inhale, lift, and then exhale, open back up, lower the arms. Reach forward, hips go back behind you, and then exhale, another twist, triangle pose, hold this right here. So maybe you reach down towards your heel, and you extend that back arm even more, keeping that hand right on top of your shoulder. We wanna open up through the chest. Keep it lifted, 1 more breath here. And then push into your back foot. Inhale, exhale, just a step to the front for a moment to regain our balance. And then big step back, high lunge. Arms reach and we hold. Let's open up those hips and lower down to find warrior 2. So nice wide stance here. Back leg straighten it out and press your heel into the floor. Look down at that front knee. Make sure it's opening up. Drop through the shoulders, exhale an inch lower. Beautiful. Flip that palm, inhale, exhale, take it back. Peaceful warrior, take that gaze up. Big, big stretch. Inhale, we come back down and exhale. Let's reset to find that plank. I'm sorry, not plank, our high lunge. Take everything towards the top of the mat, hips forward, back heel off the floor, hands come down to prayer, inhale. Let's lean forward and exhale, push up to our balance. Warrior 3, so lifting that leg up and holding here for a couple breaths. Back leg, we want to be nice and straight. Maybe you want to open up already for that half moon. We'll get 1 more opportunity to practice this balance. Arms by your side, hold it for a couple breaths for your first one. Let's see it. Squeezing those glutes. Making sure to keep those hip bones facing the floor. For just that, yep. Good correction there, Mindy, perfect. Nice, Regina, hold it, 1 more breath, everybody. Inhale, exhale, we take it back to our high lunge. Ooh, good job. Arms come up, and then exhale, our hands come down. We step on back to our down dog. You can go through your flow. You can find a child's pose, whatever feels good for you this morning. We'll do that sequence 1 more time through on our right and left sides. So when you're done, find your child's pose or down dog. We'll get to practice that balance pose 1 more time. And maybe it's not a warrior 3 for you today. Maybe it's a tree pose, so you're always welcome to try a different type of balance. All right, let's come back up to down dog. If we're not ready, inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walk, hop, or jump. Forward fold, let it go. Let's reverse a swan dive here. So take those arms out to the side, push the heels into the floor, lift up, inhale, and then exhale, swan dive forward. Big circle, let it go. Lift up, flat back, inhale, and exhale. This time, let's step back into high lunge. So without lowering our knee. Inhale up, and exhale, hold. So let's do that twist. We're gonna take our hands in prayer, inhale, and exhale, we're gonna twist over that right leg. Arms extend, twist over that right. Take it back and take your front arm up, big reach. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, twist to the other side. Look over that left shoulder, hold it for 3, for 2, and 1. Hands come together, inhale, lift, and exhale, take a step in. Lower that foot and lower your arms for triangle pose. Big reach, inhale, and exhale, lift up, triangle pose. Stack that hand right on top. Big stretch here. Perfect. One more breath, stack that hand. Inhale, lift up. Perfect. Exhale, just barely touch the floor in front. Try to squeeze that glute, inhale, and then big step back. Bigger step back to your high lunge. And then let's open the hips and lower warrior 2. Can you make this a little bit wider than the first time you were here? Drop those shoulders down. Big reach to those fingertips. Inhale, flip that palm. Exhale, one more time. Big reach back. Peaceful warrior. Take your gaze up. Inhale, reset. Exhale, come back to this lunge. Arms up. Palms come together, lean forward, inhale, push off your back foot. And here's our balance, warrior 3. Now maybe you come up and find tree pose. And maybe you work in between tree and warrior 3. So you can even add some movement here. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you stack your hips and find that standing half moon. Maybe you want to find dancer's pose for your balance. So lots of options here. So a couple more breaths wherever you want to be for that balance. Whatever you're doing, we're all going to practice the balance on that left leg. Okay, one more breath wherever you're at. Big squeeze and lift. And step it back to your lunge. Woo, inhale, awesome job. Exhale, hands come down. Take it back. I'm going to check that out next time. Inhale forward to your plank. Exhale, lower. Or find that child's pose. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Keeping that momentum going. One more breath. Bend the knees on that next inhale. Exhale, walk, hop, or jump. Forward fold, let it go. Reverse our swan dive. Arms come out to the side. Big inhale. Palms come together. And exhale, swan dive forward. Let it go. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, step back, high lunge. Here come the twists. Arms up. So first one is gonna be over that left shoulder. Inhale and exhale, twist. This is the easier one. Take that hand back, almost like peaceful warrior. Lift that arm up. And then coming back to center, inhale. Exhale, twist over that other shoulder. Keep your hips low. Chest up, big twist. Hold this for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. Good job. Exhale. Let's take a big step in and find our triangle pose. Lower down. Big reach. Lower and lift. Hold this here. So really opening up through the chest. Maybe you make this a wider one for a little extra challenge, or take that bottom hand away from your leg. Gaze at your hand. Big stretch. One more breath. Push into that back foot, inhale, exhale, take a step to the top, just the toes on the floor, and then one more step back to that lunge. Inhale and exhale, warrior 2. Can you find a little wider stance than that last one? Exhale, drop an inch lower. Good, hips down, keep that chest up. Arms super strong. Float that palm, inhale. Exhale, peaceful warrior, take it back. Gaze up, big stretch. And let's reset back to this lunge. High lunge, inhale. Palms come together, exhale. Push off that foot. Find your warrior three. Standing half moon. Maybe tree. Maybe standing staff pose, whatever you would like, practicing that balance. Maybe you go from tree to warrior three. Maybe dancer's pose. Let's see it. So a couple more breaths in that balance with or without the movement. Good, Mindy. Yep. Good, Regina. Perfect. Looking good, everybody. Hold it wherever you're at. Maybe add a little movement. You want that challenger, close your eyes for a moment if you're in tree pose. And then inhale, take a big step back to that high lunge wherever you're at, and exhale. Good. Hands come down. Step it on back. Hold this down dog here. I want you to reach your right leg up, three-legged dog, and then take that to the top of the mat. We're gonna find pigeon pose. So drop that knee down, and then when you're ready, lower onto your elbows for a deeper stretch. Hold that there with that right leg. If pigeon pose doesn't feel good on your knees, lower onto your back for figure four. Or seated butterfly stretch. Take a couple breaths. Then that heart rate come back down. And then next, inhale, push back up to those hands, retuck the back toe. Exhale, slowly press up to down dog again. Other side. So inhale, lift that left leg up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee. Take the legs to the top of the mat. Reset here. Find the spot where you feel the most stretch. And then if you'd like a little more, lower to those elbows. And we're gonna take a couple breaths right here. Should feel a big stretch in those hips and glutes. Maybe even feel free to move around a little bit if that feels good. One more breath here. And inhale, bring those hands back up. Retuck the toe. Exhale, push back to your down dog. And then last time through our flow, inhale, we come to our plank. Exhale, lower knees and chest. Baby cobra lift. And push back into child's pose. So knees wide, feet together. And sit on back into your heels. Also here, shifting your weight a little bit from side to side. And take one more breath here. And the next inhale, slowly walk your hands up. Ooh, take a breath, roll the shoulders, exhale. Okay, so we're gonna practice camel pose today. So this is a big stretch through the spine. So if you know that you've done this before, it's this pose here. We'll start here and then try to reach for our heels. But if you know this doesn't work and doesn't feel good, then a bridge is a really great option for you. If you wanna try this, then once again, I recommend kneeling your mat or folding your mat because we'll be kneeling. And then we can have our blocks handy. Because when I asked you to reach for your heels, maybe you reach for a block instead of your heels. But we are on our knees here, hips forward, feet can be flat or toes tucked. You get a little more stretch if they're flat. We're just gonna place our hands kind of on our hips and then just start by pulling our elbows together like this. So this might be a big enough stretch. So we'll start right here. And we're just gonna hold this for a couple breaths. So just as if you're sort of pulling your elbows together, shoulders are down. Now, if this is enough, you can stay right here. If you want a little more, you can push your hips forward a little bit and almost apply a little bit of pressure into them with your hands. So sort of push in just a little bit, pull the elbows. If you want a little more, maybe you take the head up and back, taking that gaze up. And if at any point this is not feeling good, then just slowly come down and find a bridge instead. Now, if you want to add even more, then take your right arm down and reach for your heel, or maybe just a block. And then if you want to try the other hand, same thing. Reach down and hold. It can be for that same block or for another one. If you want to try the full version, you lean back, reach for your heels, you lift through the dust, take the head up and back, and just hold that for a couple of breaths. Just be very mindful of your back and take it slow. So let's do a couple more breaths. I would suggest using the blocks first. So big squeeze here. Let's do one more breath. And then just slowly take those hands back to their hips if they're not there. Slowly pull the belly button in and slowly start to lean forward and then release through the arms. Now, very gently, you're going to sit back onto your heels very slowly. Make sure they're flat. You can bring your knees closer in, and then we're going to come back down slowly into child's pose. This time is with our knees closer in. And take a stretch. So the reason that the stretch is hard because we're always in sort of the opposite position for most of the day if we work at a desk. So stretching out through the spine can be challenging, but it's important to have good, healthy spines. And that movement is good for our body and position. It's just hard to get into it. All right, good job. Let's come down onto our chest and belly. We're gonna come into a quad stretch. So all the way down. So if you have straps, you can use them here. If you prefer this standing, you can go ahead and stand up. We're gonna look to the right, relax our head, bend our right leg, grab our foot, press our thighs into the mat. We're gonna try and keep those knees close to one another. This is almost a less intense version of that camel pose. And then slowly release. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Turn to the left, grab that left foot, press your thighs into the mat. Try to keep those knees close together. We'll take one more breath here. And then go ahead and release. Let's bring our legs about hip distance, arms by our side. Let's do locust pose, just to do one more strengthening exercise for our back. So inhale, your arms and legs are gonna lift. Keep your head nice and neutral, spine or neck is long. Exhale, lower down. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift everything off the mat. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now, if this doesn't feel good at all, maybe you just lift your upper body. Exhale, lower. So maybe it's just the arms. Inhale, lift. Or maybe it's just the legs. Exhale, lower. Two more. Squeeze and lift. Keep those legs straight. And lower. Last one here. Big lift. Hold this for 8, 7. Legs are straight. 6, 5. Squeeze and lift a little higher. 3, 2, and relax. Turn your head to one side. Bend at the knees. Lift the legs and just windshield wiper from side to side. Allowing those hips to move. Good job. And slowly release. All right, we have to flip over. So take your time. Press yourself up and back. Maybe find one more child's pose. And then when you're ready, we're gonna extend our legs out in front of us. Let's do a forward fold stretch before we come all the way down. So find a good spot here. Shake those legs out. You wanna sit up nice and tall here, so we don't wanna be down like this. So find your tallest point or your straightest seat, if you will. your best posture. So inhale, arms up, exhale, slowly start to roll forward, keeping your back as flat as you can. Once you start to feel it arch or round, then lower your arms and stay right here and hold. Big stretch behind the legs. Keeping your toes up towards your nose, leading with that chest. Just 2 more breaths here. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, maybe go an inch further. And then slowly stack the spine. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's slowly lower down, almost like a Pilates roll up, the second half. So keep your legs straight, pull those abs in, slowly, slowly lower. Go as low as you can. Hold your lowest point. Go until you feel the shake. Hold this here for 8. Pull those abs in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. Woo, good job. Once you are there, bend the knees and pull them into your chest. Give yourself another massage here. Circling your ankles, wiggling your toes. Stay right there. You got here, Sandy? No. Okay, just kidding. Place your feet back on the floor. Let's do one more set of those windshield wipers, just how we started class. Drop right to left. And then go ahead and hug the knees in one more time. We're gonna go into happy baby from here. So knees out, reach for those feet, extend those legs up, find that happy baby, and gently rock side to side. Giving yourself a little gentle massage for your spine. And then slowly bring those feet back together. Lower the feet back down. Take your arms up to the side, palms facing up, and just extend those legs straight up to the ceiling. Almost like a legs up the wall. So just bend and straighten the legs. Maybe you sit on a block for this. We'll just be here for a couple more breaths. So bend, straighten the legs. Maybe you find a spot on the wall to rest the legs. One more time, keep those legs extended, pressing your back into the floor. Big stretch through those heels, hold for 8, 7, so sort of an active stretch here, really pressing those heels up towards the ceiling. 4, pressing your back into the floor. 2 and 1, now release. Ooh, so now letting go of any tension. Find one final stretch to end class with, whatever feels good. And then I encourage you all or welcome you all to find your relaxation pose. That one position or stretch that feels really good and that helps you truly just relax for the last couple of moments here in our class. Once you have found that spot, go ahead and close your eyes. And start to slow down your breaths. Scan your body once more. Take note of how you're feeling now compared to how you did when we started class. Hopefully joints are feeling a little bit better, a little bit looser, a little more stretched out, and the body's feeling a little more relaxed. Slowly move your head from side to side. Gently start to wake your body back up. Cross your arms over your chest, give yourself a big hug. Slowly start to open the eyes, roll over to one side, and when you're ready, press yourself up. Find a seated position to end class. Whatever is most comfortable. And then take the shoulders all the way up to those ears. Inhale, and then exhale. Let it go. Let's do one more shrug. All the way up and down. Release. And take those arms up. Last inhale. Palms come together. Exhale. And sharing that gratitude of just showing up for class, being able to move our bodies in this space together as we end our practice today, and say namaste to one another. So namaste to you all. Thank you so much. Happy Friday, a beautiful fall weather Friday. I was so excited I got my pumpkin spice latte. Oh, good job, guys.
Thanks, Ellen. Enjoy. I'm glad you're healthy.
Yeah, ear is better.